All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're tackling a massive topic: how artificial intelligence is completely changing the job market. We're going to talk about the threat, sure, but more importantly, the opportunity and what you can actually do about it.
I mean, that is a huge statement, and it's coming from the head of HR at Amazon. This isn't just some abstract idea. This belief is driving enormous changes right this second. We're not talking about the future. This is happening now.
14,000. That's how many white-collar jobs Amazon is cutting. And get this, they've been very clear that a big reason is that AI lets them move faster with fewer people.
Okay, so let's dig into the reality of these AI-driven layoffs, because it's not just an Amazon thing. This wave is spreading and it's picking up serious momentum across the whole economy. You can't get much more blunt than that, right? That's the CEO of Salesforce. They slashed 4,000 jobs. Why? Because AI chatbots are now handling half of all their customer support issues. When software can solve 50% of your problems, the math for a company gets, well, pretty simple. And it's not an isolated trend, not by a long shot. A recent survey of 1,000 U.S. business leaders found that almost a third of them have already replaced workers with AI. And another 37%? They plan on doing it in the next couple of years. This is going mainstream, fast.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? Who is actually at risk? What kinds of jobs are really on the front lines of this whole technological shift?
First up, no surprise here, customer service roles. An AI can answer thousands of the same questions over and over 24/7, and it never needs a coffee break. Just like we saw with Salesforce, once an AI can handle all the simple, repetitive stuff, companies just don't need as many people on staff.
Now, here's where it gets a little more surprising for some people. Middle managers and analysts are also in the crosshairs. A huge part of these jobs is coordinating things and preparing reports. And guess what? AI is getting incredibly good at exactly that. Companies like Amazon think AI can take over these roles, letting them create a flatter, more efficient structure.
Even creative jobs are feeling the heat from generative AI. I mean, think about it. Drafting a simple blog post, writing a bunch of product descriptions, that can all be done in seconds now. The learning platform Chegg, for example, laid off nearly half its staff because AI tools started answering student questions directly.
And of course, you've got the back office and administrative work. This is a prime target. The CEO of IBM announced a plan to just pause hiring for almost 8,000 of these kinds of jobs, things like HR functions, because they could be done by AI. He figured about 30% of those roles could be automated in 5 years.
You know, economists have a name for this whole phenomenon. They call it hollowing out the middle. Demand for high-skilled jobs, like AI strategists, is exploding. A lot of lower-skill manual jobs still need a human touch. But that huge middle ground, the coordinators, the analysts, the reps, that make up the backbone of so many careers, that's what's getting squeezed.
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty grim, but here's the critical turn in the story. This isn't just about jobs being lost. It's actually about jobs being fundamentally transformed. The very nature of work is changing.
This slide nails the core pivot perfectly. As AI gets better at all the repetitive stuff like crunching data, the skills that are uniquely human become way, way more valuable. Think about it. AI can find a pattern, but it can't feel empathy for a frustrated customer. It can't come up with a truly original business idea. That's where we come in.
And get this, according to the World Economic Forum, while AI is going to displace a lot of jobs, it's actually projected to create significantly more. That's a huge net gain. But the catch is, these new jobs are going to require new skills.
And we're already seeing these totally new career paths pop up. Roles like AI prompt engineer or data ethicist. I mean, 5 years ago, nobody had prompt engineer on their resume. These are jobs that are all about building, guiding, and managing these incredible new AI systems.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How do you personally make that leap from a job that's at risk to a job that's in high demand? Well, it all comes down to skills.
For individuals, the answer is reskilling. And this is exactly where an organization like Colaberry comes into the picture. They've basically built a roadmap, a really clear hands-on path to help people from literally any background you can think of, teachers, artists, veterans, pivot into a career in data and AI.
And look, this isn't just some theory. This is a real quote from a guy who actually did it. He went from being a correctional officer, living paycheck to paycheck, to doubling his salary by retraining in data analytics. Stories like this just go to show you that focused training can absolutely change your life.
Okay, let's flip the script for a second. What if you're a business leader? How do you bring AI into your company the smart way, without it turning into a chaotic, expensive mess? Check out this number, 95%. According to a study from MIT, a staggering 95% of corporate AI projects fail to deliver any positive return on investment. And you know why? It's usually because they just jump in without a real strategy.
The smart play, and this is what the consulting side of Colaberry helps businesses do, is a step-by-step rollout. You start with an assessment to figure out where AI can actually make a difference. Then you run a small pilot project, get a quick win, and prove the value. Only then do you start to scale it up, while, and this part's crucial, you upskill your current team. It's about making your people better, not just replacing them.
All right, so we've seen the problem, the threat of jobs disappearing. And we've seen the solution, which is smart reskilling for people and strategic adoption for companies, which means really the next move is up to you.
So what are the first steps you can actually take? Well, if you're professional, you can check out training programs, like the ones from Colaberry, to start future-proofing your career. If you're running a business, you can get a free assessment to map out your own AI strategy. The key thing is to do something.
The bottom line is this. This is more than just a tech trend. It's a genuine wake-up call. AI is this incredibly powerful tool, and right now, we all have a choice. We can either be shaped by this change, or we can decide to be the ones who shape it. The opportunity is absolutely there, but you've got to be proactive and build your place in this new economy.